In this lecture, Sales Document Types Part 2, we're going to discuss about different customizing options available for the sales document types. So basically we're going to learn about how we can permit an order type for a specific sales area, and we'll also look at how we can customize the number range for the sales documents. So let's see this example. Say in your company you got a different sales area. As you know that sales area is a combination of sales organization, distribution channel and division. So you can have different combination of the sales area, but your business they want to that for this combination of the sales area this should only be using a specific type of order type. That means this sales area should be using only just say order type OR, and you should not be able to create all different order type like inquiry or return order, for example, for this sales area. Then we can customize this option. But if you do not want to restrict this, then you do not customize anything. That means all the sales area can use all the document types. If you restrict it, then it will be applicable for this sales area only. So let's have a look into the system. So if I go to the system and if I try in the GUI, if I try to create an order BA01, here you can see it's using my sales organization SD S4, distribution channel 90, and 90 is a division. So here if I search for all the order type, I'm allowed to use all these order types, and in previous videos we have used most of these order types. For example, return, some of them we'll learn later on, and OR order type, for example, and there are different order types. So for example, if I select, say, let me select the first one, say accelerated return, press enter, so I can use this one. Or if I select a different one, I can use that one as well. But for any reason we want to restrict this sales area to use a specific order type only, then we can do this in the customizing. So for that, go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG, and here you can go to the sales area. If I scroll down, go to the sales and distribution, under sales document header. So here let me open first the define sales document types. So here we got all the sales document type. What I will do, I will copy the OR standard order, create a new one, and we'll play with that one. So if I copy that, I will call it say YOR, and I'll call it test order, for example. Press enter, just say yes, save it, done. So now if I go back, so at the moment if I go to another screen and if I try to create the order, this should be available there for this sales area. If I see the search option here, you can see all the sales document types including the one that we just created. So we'll restrict for this one only. So let's have a look. So here you can go to the last option, which is assign sales area to sales document types. Here if you click on this documentation, in this documentation there are good examples. They have given some good examples that you can go through, but here you can see, make sure you read this one, that if all the sales document types are allowed for each of your sales area, then you do not need to specify any setting here. So this setting is only required when you want to restrict it. And if I scroll down, there are some examples given. There's some good examples given. For example, example 1, we need to create a reference sales organization for each sales org. So you can go through this example if you want. You can pause the video and go through this. And let me go to the customizing now, and I'll show you. First you need to go to the combine sales organization. If I go here you can see all the sales organization that was created in the system. You can see all the list here. So here you need to refer it to each of the sales organization. For example, I can refer it to say SD S4. I can say, okay, let's call it SD S4. SD S4 is referring to SD S4, for example. Save it. Go back. Then go to the second one, which is combine distribution channel. So here I'll search for my sales org SD S4 and distribution channel 90. I will say I want to refer to the distribution channel 90, press enter. If you got more than one distribution channel linked to the same sales organization, you can create those many entries here. And that's the example given in the documentation that I was talking about. Go back, and third one is a combine division. So here again, I will search for my sales org SDS 490 is a division, and here I will say 90 is my division. Same thing again, if your sales org is linked to more than one division, so you need to make all those entries, same entry here for those division here. So let me save it. Done. Now if I go back, and last step is assign sales document types permitted for sales area. So here I can restrict, there's no entry here. That's why all the order types can be used in all the sales area. So let me go to the new entry. I'll say that, okay, SDS4 and reference. So here is a reference sales organization, reference distribution channel, reference division. So whatever the reference is, if you link this reference one to other sales organization, they will also copy the same setting. So I'll say distribution channel is reference is 90, division is 90, press enter. So maybe I shouldn't be pressing enter, because you can see as soon as I press enter, this is grayed out. So what I need to do is to go back and start again. So here you can see reference sales organization, reference distribution channel. So basically whatever the reference is there, you can link those reference to the other sales organization and they will copy the same setting. So for now, I will enter SDS4, reference division is 90, distribution channel, and the last one is division is 90. And I will say that, okay, I want to restrict it to the sales document type, the one that I just created, for example, YOR. So here I'll say that this sales area should be using only YOR document type, not the others. If you want to use others, you can create those many entries. For example, I'll say SDS4, there's another entry here, 90, 90. So let me restrict this one to another one, and I will say here this should be linked, say ZOR, for example. So this sales area can only use these two document types, and I can now save it. And I go back, close it. I'll open a new screen and go to VS01, where we can create sales orders. So either you can test here, or if you do it via the Fury app, it's same thing. Press enter. So here you got my sale, you can see my sales area already copied from the previous memory, SDS4 9090. So here if I search for the order type, you can see only two order types are available, rest of them are not visible anymore, because we have restricted to only two. So that's how we can restrict that. Even for if you try to manually create it, for example, I'll say, okay, it's not visible here, but I'll still enter OR here manually, and I'll try to create one. If I press enter, you will get the error. You can see the error message at the bottom that this order type OR has not been defined for SDS490. So that's how you can restrict it. Let me go back to the customizing again. Now as we created, we said that this is a reference one. So if I assign this reference to say this one, for example, another sales org which is GS01, SD S4. So whatever setting you have done for this one in the last step, that will be copied to this one as well. So wherever this reference is there, obviously you need to create the reference for distribution channel and division as well. So go to this one and search for GS01, and here you need to do the same reference. For example, the reference before was 90, so it will be along 90. If you want to use GS0120 as well, then you can also assign 90. So same thing you need to do for the division as well. Let me save it. So let's say 90 like that and save it. So you can restrict it to that one as well. So here, if I use that sales area, so that was GS01, 10 and 00. So you can see this is also restricted to the same thing because of the reference sales org, sales distribution channel and division linked to this sales organization as well. So that's how we can restrict it. But as I just said before, I'll repeat it again. If you do not want to restrict it, do not make any entry in the customizing, and all the sales area will be available for all the document types. So that's how you can restrict it to the sales area. And the next thing we're going to learn is the number range for the sales document types. Now you have noticed before that when we create the sales order, standard order OR, system is generating numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. When we created the quotation before, system generated a different number range. When we created the return orders, then system generated a different number. So where this customizing is coming from and how we can change it, this is what we're going to see in this lecture. So let me quickly go to the system. So if I go to the system and open any order, so before we created, so this order we created for the return, starting with 6000009. If I press enter, so this is the return document type. So whenever you create a return document type, system is generating this number and the next number and so on. And when we created the OR order type before, system started with order number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And same thing if you go to say quotation, if I go to VA22 for example, so when I go to the quotation, it remember my last open quotation number, so you can see this one started with 2000, and if I press enter, you can see that's a quotation number and system will keep generating the next number. So we'll see where this customizing is coming from. So for that, if I go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG, first we need to create the number range and then we need to link it to the document types. So if I go to the sales and distribution, sales documents, sales document header. So here you can see define number range for sales document. So if I open this, execute this one, and if you click on this interval, change interval, so here you can see all the number ranges that are already there in the standard system. So at the moment system is using 01. So 01 is a number range and 01 is using from this number, which is from 1 to 4999999, and at the moment current number is 32. That means the last sales order that we created was number 32. So if I create another one, that will be 33 and system will update here as 33 like that. Next will be 34, 35 like that. So here you can see all the number ranges that are available. For example, there are different ones. For example, this one, This one is used linked to the return document types. That's why you can see the latest number used is 6000010 ending with 10. So next return document if you create now will be 11, 12, 13, 14 like that. Now there are two types of number ranges. One is called internal and other one is called external. So for example, this one is saying, you can see this is checkbox here. This is external and the first one is internal. So internal means once you assign the internal one, system will keep generating the next number automatically. We don't need to do anything. But with the external one, that will be used somewhere for the automatic order. For example, if our SAP system is connected to a third-party system, ERP system, and sales orders are created on that system, or maybe say they are created online, and online order number is generated. So that order is automatically downloaded to this SAP system via the interface, and system is receiving the same order number. For example, if on the website there's order created with say number 5000000, and that is downloaded to the SAP, so system will be using the same number. In that case, system is accepting the external number. So that's why we need to use the external number range in that case. But when you're creating a manual order in the system, then obviously we need to use the internal number range. Hope that's clear. So you can see these are the number ranges, and if I scroll down, you can see more number ranges here. For if you want to create a new number range, then you need to see what are the intervals available. So you can click on this little icon, free intervals, and you can see, if I click OK, you can see all the free intervals. So these are the intervals that are free, and I can select any of them. So you can select any of them, or you can manually create. But if you create manually, you need to make sure that the interval that you're using now is not used, and also the interval is not overlapping with the other intervals. So if you click on this little icon, system will give you all the free intervals and you can use any of them. So you can see so many here. So let me pick one of them. Say let me pick the first one starting with 1100000000 like that. So here I can give it a number range. So here I'll call it say Z1 for example. So give it a name starting with Z or Y and click OK. Now if I scroll down, you will see that entry here. So that's the entry here. I will not take external because this I want to use as internal. Now status is 0. System will automatically put the next number starting with this number, and I can save it, and I will just say OK. I will link it to my sales order type. Go back and go to the define sales document type, and here I will open YOR that I just created, and I will here double click on it, and here under the number range I will link manually, I'll call it Z1, press enter. Done, save. Now we're going to test it. Go back. Now I'll open another screen here. So VA01, and I'll use my old sales area, STS4 90, and here we allowed YOR. I'll use that one, press enter. So here I will enter my order, my customer number or the business partner number, and purchase number. So we don't need to enter the material data. I will just save it and show you the sales order number generated by the system. If I save it, you can see at the bottom message, this order number is generated. So if I go to the change mode, or I can go to VA02, you can see this order number that we just created like that. So this way, either you create the order in the GUI or whether you create the order in by the Fury app, you will get the exactly same number. Another thing I wanted to show you is that, for example, here if I go to define number range and click on intervals again, and here you can see the current number used by the system is the last number used by the system is this one. So next will be ending with 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now there's another option here in case if you need it. So if you click on this NR status, and if you scroll down here, system will allow you to change the last number used. For example, up to 32 number range was used. If you want to start from 35, you can change it here, but obviously do not change it to say 30, because system will start to put 31. It will not accept it, then go to 30 to 33, etc. Let's play with this one. Say this one. So say I want the system to use, say up to 11 is used, and now system will, next number system will be using will be ending with 12. So let's have a look. So if I create another order for YOR, and if I save it, so you can see the message at the bottom that order number 1100000012 was created. So that's how we can customize our number range. So whether it's a sales order, whether it's a return document, whether it's an inquiry document, whether it's a quotation, you can go to the quotation document, you can generate your own number range, create your own number range, and go to the quotation, and then you can assign it. So let me show you the quotation way as well. So if I go back, define sales document. So QT is a quotation. So this one is using number range as 05. So that's why starting with 2000 something. So you can change this one. So that will be appearing when you create the quotation. So that's how you can customize the number range. So that's all about this. So just a recap. So we learned about how we can permit order type for sales area and how we can customize the number range for the sales document type. So that's all about this. Thank you very much to watch this.